Hi everyone. Welcome to Wednesday's class. I know that you could be doing this at any time. You could be doing it in the morning. You could be doing it in the evening. Hopefully you're not doing it, the day before it's due, which is Thursday, I think like the 24th or something like that. It's on Power School. It's on Google Classroom, so don't quote me on that, but let's just make sure. Yeah, Thursday the 24th. So at this point, we did the Nearpod assignment where, you had to decide, is it living, is it once living, or is it never alive? And you guys gave me a rationale as to why you chose, what does it mean to be alive? And then we have gone through the characteristics of life. Now, if you didn't get to all of the characteristics of life, filling in all the blanks, I put the presentation document in a PDF form under characteristics of life. You can open that up and just fill the rest of that in. Now we're going to apply it to the Martian in the car scenario. I will read this to you because I'm going to give you a few hints along the way as to where you want to clue into to do this assignment. But again, this one is you got to use your noggin and you got to apply what we're learning here. We got to apply the 7 characteristics of life to help save this Martian and his predicament. All right, so I will read this. Marvin Martian was sent to Earth by the Martian government to find life. While on Earth, Marvin captured a car and brought it back to Mars. He thought he'd found a good example of life on Earth. The Martian government does not believe that the car Marvin brought back is alive. Marvin must stand trial for failing to perform his Martian duties. Okay, so that first one is just, kind of setting it up. This second paragraph is where you are going to find a lot of evidence that could help you answer the questions as the defense attorney. Okay. At the trial, Marvin spoke in his defense. I first saw these life forms rolling along the road in great numbers. They were giving off thick clouds of poisonous waste as they moved. They seemed to exhibit herding behavior, as many of the cars moved in the same direction. They appeared to have a great deal of energy. Some of them moved faster than 60 miles an hour. When one of these life forms stopped or slowed down, the others behind it responded. They slowed down and gave off a reddish light from the back, and sometimes they would make honking noises. I observed that they would stop and feed on a liquid substance. Take the part of Marvin's defense attorney and make a good case for the cars being alive. Then be the prosecutor and show how the car is a non-living thing. List as many reasons as you can. I am going to have you do this in claim, evidence, reasoning format. You must set it up like I have in number 1. Okay, you write claim, and then you make your claim. You write evidence, and then you provide your evidence, and then you have your reasoning, which combines your claim and evidence. Okay, you must do it in this order to get full credit. Okay, so I've already given you one of the 5 as an example. Okay, so first, claim. They respond to stimuli. Okay, on the board, all of your claims should have something like the car exhibits homeostasis. The car exhibits adapted to its environment. The car exhibits cells. Okay, I've had a couple really good ones with cells actually. Then you are going to provide evidence. Now that second paragraph that I was talking about is chock full of evidence that you could use for life characteristics. Okay, and the one that I gave, I quoted it and it said, when they slowed off, they gave off a reddish light. Okay, That is my evidence. I used it right from the text. Now, on the board, it says, quote from the text, or you can infer something about cars. So it doesn't have to come from the text. If you want to provide evidence about, a car's tires, okay, if you were making a claim about adaptation and specific types of tires, you could provide evidence. Now, does it say anything about tires in the text? No, but you can infer things that are not in the reading that are part of cars, okay? Think about things that are in cars and how they might exhibit one of those 7 characteristics of life, okay? And then reasoning. They are responding by slowing down, okay? Their response is that they slow down, okay? I also could have gone with like adaptation, okay? They are adapted to their environment, and the adaptation I could have given off is a reddish light, okay? That could have been an adaptation. They give off a reddish light, which tells others to slow down, okay? That would be my reasoning. So I want you to try this, and I know this is, you've got to use your noggin here. You got to, kind of use the tools. There's no way you're not going to find answers in claim evidence reasoning format out on the internet. So you've got to use your noggin on this one, okay? And again, I've seen all 7 characteristics of life, exhibited. People have made great claim evidence reasoning for all 7 characteristics of life. So you can use it from the paragraph 2, or you can infer, something about cars and link it to a characteristic of a life. If you are having trouble with this, please come and see me. I think the prosecutor on the second page is pretty straightforward. Okay, my example that I gave, when nothing is inside the car, it cannot respond to external stimuli. The car itself cannot respond to external stimuli on its own. Okay, you do not, when you are doing the prosecutor, you do not need to have it in claim evidence reasoning format. You can have just a simple statement as to what life characteristic they are not exhibiting. Okay, so yes, the prosecutor, if you want to start there because it's easier, go for it. And that way you can come into me if you're being stumped on like number 4 and 5 of the defense attorney, I can help you, with those, all right? I think that's about it. If you have any questions, we have study hall. You have 3 study halls before this is due. I highly suggest that you get working on it today and then come in with specific questions to study hall, because that would be a lot easier for me to answer. All right, take care.